Okay, now here is the next video on our subject verb agreement topic. In the first initial few videos, we saw the error of proximity rule, and then we came to the percentage and fraction rule, and now we come to the next rule. It says that two or more singular nouns or pronouns joined by and require a plural verb. So whenever you have the conjunction and, now the conjunction and usually, more often than not, in most of the cases, it adds. So basically, whenever you have a conjunction and, it adds at least two things or more than two things, and that is the addition makes the subject plural. So basically we can say that the conjunction and compounds the subject. And that's why when you have things like gold and silver are precious, had it been only gold, you have said gold is a precious metal, but because we have two things, gold and silver, the subject has become plural are. She and I were playing hide and seek. Love and power cannot go hand in hand, so on and so forth. So again, the conjunction and adds to the subject, makes the subject compound, and therefore the verb in all these cases has to be plural. But again, as I told you earlier, there's always the exception to the rule. If the noun suggests one idea to the mind or refer to the same person or thing, the verb is singular. Now, if they refer to the same thing, for example, many a time we say that bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. In that case, you don't mean to say that bread is one thing and butter is quite another thing. You mean to say that it is to the speaker, it is one entity. Similarly, rajma and chawal is my favorite dish. This is one entity. War and Peace is one of the greatest novels. This is one entity because it's a single book. They're not two different books. The rise and fall of the tide is due to lunar influence. The rise and the fall is basically treated as one singular action. The horse and the carriage is at the door. Why? Because the horse is not a separate entity and the carriage as two separate entities. In fact, according to the author, they bring us one image. So whenever the subject brings you one image, one idea, one action, even if there is the conjunction and in it, you have to treat it as a singular subject. And that is what we call as the and rule, and we have seen again one rule and the other comes with the exception to that rule. We will go to the next video and see some of the other rules.